good morning and welcome to Cityline. Boy, can you tell we're already having fun on the comfy couch. With me is, of course, one of our favorite people, John Douglas Rake. He is the managing artistic director, as we know, of Tacoma Musical Playhouse. Welcome back, my dear.
Thank you.
It's good to have you
here
on the comfy couch. And you brought with you this individual, this name is so amazing. Mario Bozzo.
Thank you.
You
Close.
ready?
Mauro.
Close.
Mauro.
Mauro.
Mauro Bozzo.
Bozzo,
Yes.
there we go.
Thank you.
And you are Don Lockwood. How's that for a boring name? But Don Lockwood in Singin' in the Rain.
I am.
Welcome, welcome, my dear.
Thank you so
oh my
much.
gosh. Well, I have to tell you, and I'm going to say this first off. One of our producers in the booth saw this beautiful musical last weekend. Loved it, raved about it, loves it so much, they're going back again this weekend as well. So if that isn't like the best review possible.
That's the best review we
there
can have.
It is.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about how is the show going? If that's not enough for us to go excellent.
It's going great.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
It's doing really well, and the cast is having a great time. The cast is very, very talented.
Oh, yeah.
And just the audiences are just raving. I mean, they're just loving it, and especially because it rains on stage.
Oh, so, okay, but you're not going to tell us how it rains on stage because that would be giving away too much.
That's a theater secret.
I was going to
That's
say
right.
theater magic. you
Theater
know?
magic,
Absolutely.
that's right.
Yeah.
So people are going to see rain on the stage. Is the play just like the movie? That's always the question because we are so movie-centric in this world.
Right.
So is it?
It is. The movie came out first, and then they created the staged version off of the movie. So basically what you're seeing is almost the whole movie live on stage.
That is incredible because that movie, to take that movie with all of its beautiful, what we would call CGI now, but it wasn't then, and try to recreate that in the reverse on stage, that's working hard.
It is working hard, and it's very effective, and I think we've captured a lot of that cinematic value of the show.
And here we are in the rain. I like these University of Washington Husky colors. Not that you planned that. So we got purple umbrellas and gold slickers.
That's the finale of the show, where everybody gets to hoof.
Gets to sing in the rain. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. So, Mauro.
Yes.
How much fun is it playing this iconic role that Gene Kelly made famous?
Oh my goodness, it has just been an absolute joy to play this role. A little terrifying, of course, to have the ghost of Gene Kelly floating over, but at the same time, that's one of the joys of doing the theatrical version as opposed to the movie is that I'm not Gene Kelly, and that I get to develop the character more into something that maybe Gene wasn't even able to do back at the time that the movie came out. This is a very different time, very different era. And so being able to change that around and keep the Gene Kelly-isms in certain ways that I say or do things, but to also be able to bring it to a more modern audience has just been an absolute joy. So.
Oh, and you said that so beautifully because this is a meaty, heavy role. I mean, it's kind of like the late, great Carrie Fisher. She's always going to be Princess Leia.
Always.
I mean, so you can't get away from that. People are going to compare you. How long have you wanted to play this role?
Oh gosh, 32 years now.
I was born to play this role.
Born to play this role, absolutely. No, I actually have been waiting since about early 2019 is when John and I first kind of discussed the show coming, and we were supposed to produce it summer of 2020.
Okay.
One thing led to another. We did not produce it in summer of 2020, as nobody was producing anything, just with the lockdown and everything. So it was really amazing to be able to come back to it like almost 2-3 years later and be like, gosh, I guess I need to like kick some of this COVID weight off and get back into shape and get back up on stage and do the thing. So
yeah, because this show it's physical. That's one thing that the movie and the play have in common. I mean, unless you're somebody who loves to dance, there are no illusions about auditioning for this show and how, as you said, get rid of the COVID weight that
And just push it.
happened. Yeah.
Right.
I had the pleasure of listening to Sid Charisse at the
wow.
Fifth Avenue talk about dancing with Gene Kelly versus Fred Astaire. And she said her husband could always tell when she came home at the end of the day from the studio, because with Gene Kelly, she would have bruises all over her because he was such an athlete. Do you find that to be true, throwing people around on stage?
Oh yeah, actually, we were just talking about that. My one of my fellow co-stars, Erin, I would have to do a lift with them, and then all of a sudden they just have some bruises on their wrists, and I'm like,
Yes.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of athleticism that comes along with the role as well, with the dancing, with the lifting, with the not slipping in the rain.
Exactly.
It's a lot.
You are what we call a triple threat in the sense of singing, dancing, and acting. So what is your favorite part of the show based upon that?
My favorite part of the show, well, I have a few favorite parts of the show. I love the energy of the beginning and the opening number and getting into it and really sinking into the character. But then the end of the first act is actually Singing in the Rain. And by this point, it's been about 90 minutes of go, 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 go. Yep, there we are, right before Singing in the Rain. And so I am hot and I am sweaty and I am ready to get rained on. And so by the time the rain comes around, it cools me down. And just the sense of joy that comes out of that
Yes.
number. I mean, it's pure happiness.
What are we seeing, John, in these pictures? And then we're going to talk to Dawn Lockwood here in a second.
Well, we just saw Lena Lamont and the vocal coach, where she can't stand it.
Can't stand it.
And then this is Cosmo, and his name is G, and he is fantastic. He and Mauro do Fit as a Fiddle.
Yes.
Yep, that's the one.
And there's
And
so
Ready
many,
for Love.
And then here is a little bit of Singing in the Rain.
Yep.
So
there's
you
the
actually
number.
do get wet.
I do. Oh, absolutely. Like, it is raining on that stage, and I get soaking wet by the end of that number. And again, it is glorious and wonderful to get that. I mean, and that's also a once in a lifetime experience as an actor as well, to be able to get rained on stage, because stage, it doesn't happen. We use lights, we use anything that's not water, and so
Right.
the fact that we have water pouring down on all over me while I'm
All
singing
over
in
it.
it. Yep, and it's fantastic.
So give us a little Dawn Lockwood, if you
Of
please.
course. Let's see. So I'll give you a little opening line.
Okay.
Where I'm talking about. Dora Bailey has asked me about what I always, keep to my standards, and so, well, Dora, I've had one motto in life in which I've always lived by: dignity, always dignity. This was instilled in me by Mom and Dad from the very beginning. They took me to all the best dancing schools, and so that would be kind of an example of a line.
done.
Oh, thank you.
Very
And
well
then,
done.
let's see, a little bit of singing for you so that you can
Yes,
hear Singing in the
please.
Rain. So, I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm there. I
Yes.
am so there. So you have some brilliant people that round out this cast. So John, who is playing some of the other memorable roles, like Kathy Selden, Cosmo Brown, and Lena Lamont that we saw up there?
Well, Erin Johnson is playing Kathy, and she is fantastic.
Who was Debbie Reynolds?
She was Debbie
Yes.
Reynolds, and Erin sings better than Debbie Reynolds does, I will say.
Excellent.
She's really very talented. And then we have G. Alvarado, who is a standout. We had no idea.
Out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere. He's playing Cosmo. He's young and just full of energy and willing to learn, and just a wonderful human being. And then we have Bryn Geisler playing Lena Lamont. And she just knocks it out of the park. People can't believe. In fact, I had one woman say, "How do you stand listening to her voice?" And I said, "That's not her real
Not her-
voice."
And that is why she's so talented.
Absolutely.
Yes, because you sit there and go, oh my gosh. Okay, last minute and a half here. What's coming up next? And then let's also talk about education, because school's in, which means holiday break camp.
Right. Well, next up we have Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's our second time we're producing this show, and Brittany Henderson, who directed it the first time, is going to direct again, and she's taking a little new idea with it about maybe 80s glam rock.
Oh, well,
Which
hello.
fits a lot in many
Perfect.
ways.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so that opens October something. I can't remember.
Middle of October,
17.
in time for
yeah,
that
in time
festival
for
thing.
yeah, it goes through Halloween. We do
Yeah.
know that. And then our kids programs right now, we have after school, homeschool academies. We have a Saturday morning dance workshop that's going to be happening, and kids are very excited about learning more about theater dance. And we have a wonderful young woman teaching at Madison Watkins. And then we also have our winter break camp coming up, that Legally Blonde, and I forget the other production that they're going to be doing, and it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Little bend and snap, huh?
Yes.
There we go.
It works every time.
It does work every time. I mean, you got to just love the standout of Jennifer Coolidge in that movie, because
Right.
she is so much more than
Oh,
that
absolutely.
now.
Yep.
Exactly. I just want to say thank you to you and your cast for continually bringing some of the best musical theater that we have in the South Sound. I mean, I don't know any other theater that it rains on stage.
Yeah.
I just don't.
There aren't many, period.
I'm going to put my tarp on and show up, and I know I'm going to be amazed. So thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you,
more
and I
than
look forward to
welcome.
seeing you at the show. So.
Absolutely. Hilltop Artists will be in the house after a little bit of musical chairs. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back after this quick break.